What's going on, Pamper Gang? This is the boy with the Pampers and Toys, Al, recording from Paradise. 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 All right. So, today we're going to have a Marvel day. This is a Marvel action figure day. So today, excuse me, my sinus and allergies and the change of the weather is really making me feel like I'm snorkeling. We're going to be talking about X-Men Marvel Legend figures today. New series that Hasbro came out with. Now, this is kind of a split factor because earlier in my videos, weeks and weeks ago when I first started my YouTube channel, I talked about two of the figures, which was Wolverine and Marvel's Siren and Maggot. So today I do have three other characters as well too. And I'm still looking for Havoc. So we're going to be talking about Sabertooth, the new Sabertooth, and definitely Barcode. Let's look at the back of the box. And Marvel's Darwin. Never really heard about him too much, but definitely he's an interesting mutant or character. Then third, I heard about this guy. His name is Vulcan, and I know pretty much a little bit about him. There's a barcode, and I can't wait to talk about him, what I do know about him. Okay, so first of all, we have Sabretooth, and you know, that's all I can say. I'm a big fan of Marvel, X-Men. Oh my gosh, but I gotta speak my opinion about this action figure right here. Okay, so looks like this Sabertooth right here has slimmed down a little bit, and he does come with some accessories for the actual put together figure of, what is that guy's name? I think I ripped the box open. Bone Breaker, which I talked about him earlier. So it's not really important for me to get that character together. I'm not even worried about him. So, okay, so let's talk about Mr. Sabertooth. You know what, gang? I gotta put stuff in the drawer. I got like two big old totes of action figure heads, hair, weapons, clothes, body parts. Not real body parts, but you know what I mean. Like toy body parts. So, I'm going to put this to the side for right now. So, with this Sabertooth right here, I'm disappointed. I think it's an ugly figure. I think he's ugly. He looks not too healthy. Meaning, I'm used to Sabertooth being big. But I guess, you know, maybe this is Sabertooth at an older age. So, if y'all can correct me in my comments in the future, gang, let me know if this is a older version of Sabertooth, because I get it, when you get older, you can lose weight, or you can gain it, but most likely you'll lose it. He looks double jointed. I don't feel like his body is being borrowed from somebody else's, but this is not a good figure at all, and I'm so not pleased with it at all. But I brought it in the aspect of adding him to my Marvel collection back here. So, if I'm not mistaken, the other Sabertooth they had on the other series, X-Men series, the Apocalypse series. What series is this? Let me see. It don't say what series it is, but his feet looks very good. I can't, judge his feet. I mean, if I say anything bad about his feet, not judging, I'm judging. That's what I'm doing. My words are rambling. He do has his claws, but the man does not look like himself. So I'm assuming maybe this is him in the future at an older age or something. But I'm definitely not pleased with this figure at all. I think that he was something quick put together, but it's not my cup of tea at all. They should have had maybe him a little bigger. Just a little bit more bigger, but the skin and bone things ain't working out. Ain't nothing wrong being skin and bones, but when one of your favorite villains of the X-Men series is skinny, then what is there more to say? it's just a waste of money. I can see why they pretty much hit a lot of him. They hit a lot of Sabertooths at Walmart, Target, even they're starting to get transferred over a little bit to Ollie's as well too. So you know, Ollie's is that store that, hey, you know, they get stuff for a cheap price and still sell it for the same price or more that the stores sell it for. Okay, so I don't really have too much to say. I know he got his fare that keeps him warm in the winter because, you know, Sabretooth is an animal. His abilities, actually, he can heal himself. He can actually, he's kind of in the same boat as Wolverine. And he has great stamina, agility, almost like, you know, lion. I'm going to say a lion, a monkey, and a jaguar, as well as I'm going to say Black Panther as well, too. He has all of that strength in one. And it's unbelievable. But for this character right here, and he is Wolverine's nemesis as well, so that's why they be going at it, because they both get healed from their wounds. So definitely, oh goodness, I give this figure a, this is the lowest I ever gave a actual toy on my channel. He gets a 7 out of 10. This was ridiculous. I don't like this figure at all, but he will be added to my collection. So Marvels, I gave him a 7 out of 10, only because he's too skinny, and I don't know. I just want that. I want to find that Sabertooth Marvel Legends figure where he looked like in the X-Men cartoon and comic books. And by the way, he did experience a lot of deaths in the comic books as well too. Not gonna get to all of that. I'm just basically talking about the figure. So we're gonna move on and let this man rest his bones. And let me put him to the side. So next we're gonna talk about Mr. Darwin. Mr. Darwin, Mr. Darwin. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Now I do remember reading Darwin being in one of the comic books. So, excuse me, gang, I'm human. It's been a day. It's been a real day. And I do know that he do possess his abilities is actually where he can submerge in water and breathe in water. He will never die. Oh, I didn't even say the word. He will never, like, disintegrate. And he can, like, his skin will be protected when he's walking on fire. As well as, he can survive, like, hard falls, so his skin will be protected if he was to fall off a cliff, or maybe somebody push him out of an airplane. Just describing his abilities as a mutant. And I do know that he is, he's supposed to be Afro-Latina, something like that. Afro-Latina, African-American, Afro-Latina, for what I can remember in the comic books. So they really didn't talk too much about him in that one comic book I read years ago. But he's not the most handsome guy. He's very scary looking. But he's very skinny. This is the skinniest body I've ever seen on a male Marvel figure, actually. So, definitely, I don't like his feet. I think his feet are all over the place. It's like they didn't take their time with this figure to make the feet. Let's just say this. I hope he stands up, because I know a lot of times it ain't just a female figures with the boots and the flat heels that don't stand up. Some of these male figures can't stand up either. In the name of Captain Marvel, the movie figures, just saying. So he stands up pretty decent, pretty well. So he does have 2 sets of hands. I will say it's almost like the female wielding hands. Them storm hands, like, I command the wind, earth moves under my feet. Okay, but I do want him to have his commanding wielding hands, because he's not known as a fighter or anything like that. He's more so he can just, from my understanding, survive survive that, you know, in water, submerging water, as well as fire and all of that. So you can't really find that. But I think he looks better with these male welding hands. Like, he's got the power in his hands. He's got the power in his hands. I watched him with anime. But this is the first figure I saw of Darwin. So I can't really judge off previous figures because I really don't know. But with his feet being all over, well, not a bad looking figure. His feet is kind of wangly a little bit, but I give him a, just because his feet are kind of off a little bit, I give him a 9.8 out of 10. And not bad looking at all. But they could have did, you know, a little better with the feet. So definitely. Oh, and by the way, these figures I did get them for $21.99 at Walmart, aka $23. So you can definitely check that out. And I know that Target has them for probably about $22. Online it's about $25. So enough about Mr. Darwin. Look at him one more time. He's not the greatest looking guy. So if I would have seen him in person, I think I'll take off running and grab my rally burger. Okay. So last but not least, we have Vulcan. Now I know a little bit about his history. I read him in several comic books in the past. So Vulcan, he sets his sights on total galactic conquest. Standing his way are the X-Men, the Inhumans, the Kree, and the Brother Havoc. Now I do know that Vulcan is an Omega level mutant, which I mean, a lot of you don't know what that is. He's on the level of the Phoenix and Magneto, as well as who else is an Omega level mutant? Jane Grey, even though her and Phoenix are the same person, still in different multi-universe. And I think Charles Xavier's one too. And Ice Queen, Emma Frost, Snow Queen or whatever. So with Vulcan, he does come with the body of the Bone Breaker guy, but I may put him together on one video. If I can get that Havoc, then I definitely know I can put this figure together. Because I do it, like I said, I talked about the Wolverine and the Marvel Siren female, the Screamer, the Banshee. So I'm going to keep these in a safe place so when I'm ready to put that figure together, I have all my ducks in the basket. Alright. So, with Mr. Havoc, from what I see, he does come with 2 sets of hands. And Havoc, this is what I know about him without even Googling. No, I'm being serious because I used to be a comic book nerd when I was younger. If I come across comic books, I can still be, but I'm more of a movie, cartoon watcher now. Sorry. He looks actually good. Havoc is the brother of Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. Now, his mother, I think her name was Catherine. She was abducted from Earth at one point in time when she was pregnant with him. And I can't remember who his father is, honestly, but this figure does look good. Look at his eyes. I hope y'all can see his eyes. I know my camera's a little blurry because of the light, but the guy looks good. He's his abilities is he's almost like Captain Planet, but he has a touch of, let's see, fire, electricity, darkness, and strength. So he's into telekinesis, so he has the abilities to manipulate whatever he wants. From the comic book, what I saw him use one of his abilities, he never did, like, I know Jane Grey sometimes and Charles Xavier would do their fingers like this, but with Vulcan, he could just look and do what he needed to do, disintegrate a house, a building, whatever it may be. But he's really up there, so he's not to be messed with, to be honest with you. He's definitely not to be messed with. He's double jointed up here, you know, with the arms. The chest looks pretty great. He comes with his X-Men belt because basically I know a lot of the, during the comic book times I read, a lot of the people who are in the groups of Marvel Comics, they want to recruit him, but he's just not to be messed with. He's more of his own. He's more of his own adventurer, his own self, solo dolo. But he did join the X-Men at one point in time, and he was one of the most strongest mutants ever. So I'm trying to think. The darkness, he can control darkness, and I'm gonna go ahead and sneak real quick and look up. Definitely look up. If I'm mistaken, I think Havok is maybe his dad. When he kidnapped Miss Catherine. Catherine was just a regular human with no abilities, but she was pregnant. And it never said if he impregnated her or what. Did he do something to her? Is he a let me see. Catherine and Christopher were abducted from the Earth, leaving their children Scott and Alex Summers as orphans. So that's what happened while Scott Summers was an orphan. His mother was kidnapped from Earth. And definitely he comes with these two hands. Let me get back on track. I'm sitting here looking at my computer. So I would like for, oops, wrong hand, not the left and the righty. So, with that being said, I'd rather for him to, well, maybe one of his hands should be a fist. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I like that. So what I'm going to do is I have a plan. I'm going to put him up there with my X-Men, the X-Men and all of the villains and all of that on my top shelf. And I'm going to have like a, definitely one of them holders to have him up in the air like he's flying, because he does fly. But I really do like this figure. I can't say, and the face sculpt is on point. His eyes is red, well, unknown, something like that. And his hair sculpt looks pretty good too. I haven't saw a male character with a great hair sculpt like that ever. To where it looks like he's flying or he's just coming around the air. But definitely, he's worth picking up. Definitely bendable. His feet. Let me see, can he stand? He can stand pretty well. So I would definitely give this figure a 10 out of 10. I recommend anybody get it. And you can get them at Walmart for $21.99. And he's definitely going up there on the shelf with them. Can't wait to put them up there. So with all these figures that I just presented, I'm so disappointed that Sabertooth though, gang. I am. I really am. So everybody can see them up close and personal. So again, gang, thank you so kindly, so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. As well as share, please like. Anybody else like? Give me the likes, build me up. Build me up, build me up. Well, everyone, I want you to have a great day, and thank you for watching.